All right, boom. We just landed in Texas. We're in Houston now. We had about a 6 hour flight. Went from SF to Atlanta and now we're in Houston. We just got to the hotel. So this is the room here. Just got the 2 beds. There's gurveer. And we just went through to the Texas, what's it called? The Restaurant show. This is basically just the badge here. And we were just walking around kind of, the whole reason we were doing this trip is basically just for us to sort of scope out exactly how either competition, but also other tech companies in the restaurant space are sort of approaching these conferences, how they're getting customers, how they're getting people's attention, things of that kind. To be honest, it was very underwhelming. There was just a lack of people in general, restaurateurs as well. And I think that might just have been because we probably just didn't make the best choice in regards to the conference itself. So this was a food focused conference, and although there was tech there, that's not obviously why these restaurateurs are going. And so I just don't think it was probably the best audience, to be honest. And that also probably explained the size. So I guess that's a lesson learned. Probably wouldn't have been able to learn that any other way. But yeah, I guess from here on out, we're going to be staying here for the next 2 days. Gurveer and I are just discussing the relaunch for YC. So we're going to be launching on Bookface in the next day or so. And then the really exciting stuff is going to start, which is getting our ads back up, marketing back up, and starting to actually sell customers. Because right now we've got, 45 days till demo day? 45 days. 45 days where we're trying to get, I'm not going to put the number out yet. We'll put that at a later stage.
We'll tell you the honest number that we actually aimed for and if we got it or not, but yeah, we can't say the number just yet.
We're very confident we can get there. It's just, yeah, we'll keep it confidential at least.
Cool. So we're here with the man of Tecumseh. What's your name? Spiros. Okay, awesome. And what do we have here? What food are we eating today?
We have mozzarella sticks, onion rings with our homemade house sauce.
Yeah.
Homemade, house-made meatballs with marinara.
Yeah.
Over French fries.
Unbelievable.
Sprinkled with feta.
Never seen something like this before.
And artichoke and spinach dip.
Yeah.
With grilled pita bread.
Awesome. Excited to dig in.
I'm holding back.
Alright, so we've been gone for the past 2-3 weeks. Max has been away, so we just haven't been able to film anything. We are back now though, so we thought we'd just do a quick whiteboard session here, of what's been happening over the last 2-3 weeks. So yeah, Isaac's gonna take us away.
3 main things that we've shipped in the last couple of weeks. Number 1 is the instant onboarding. So before, what was happening is clients would come to us with a bunch of different systems and we'd sort of have to piece it together. But now, what was happening is clients are connecting to Certus, and Certus is speaking to all the different restaurant tech platforms that they use, and so we're sort of like the integration layer to instantly onboard people now. So it's gone from a couple of weeks of onboarding to instantly connecting to their systems and creating an agent that can speak to their customers straight away. So we did that. That took about, a couple of weeks of building, but now we're able to integrate straight into their system within a few minutes. The next one, this diagram here, is the new evaluation machine that we've built in the last day and a half or so. That's just giving us much better insight into the performance of the calls and stuff like that. So when a new cuisine or a new sort of restaurant type comes on, we can instantly look at the performance of other similar agents that we've built and sort of take the best pieces of those and inject them into the new build. So that's going to help with onboarding as well. And then the last thing is soft launch. Is a feature that I built last week where customers who are reluctant to go live with their customers and get people on the phone speaking to the AI, we've now built this feature where they can control the amount of calls that Certus is taking versus their restaurant. So it gives them a way to ease into Certus taking calls for them and get it into the customer's hands as soon as possible, which is the most important thing.
On the note of customers, one of the biggest things that we've been focusing on is really getting customer feedback as we've ramped up our onboarding. So for example, in the last 3 weeks, we went to go visit a couple of our customers, learn a lot of things in person that we wouldn't have actually done that online, which was really interesting. When you actually go to your customers, you see their operations. Yes, we come from the restaurant world, but obviously everyone has different things that they do in their restaurant. So that was one of the biggest things that we learned is the impact that our product can make on restaurants that we wouldn't have figured out if we weren't in person with them. And then yesterday I did like 5 hours worth of customer calls, just understanding, getting feedback, seeing what they want and how we can make the product in general better and our service to them better. The second thing that I've been focusing on now is fundraising. As we go into demo day, obviously one of the biggest things that comes with that is fundraising. And I hate to break it to you, if you are doing that, it absolutely sucks. It's one of the worst things. Like, you feel like a monkey standing there begging for bananas, right? That's what fundraising really feels like. And I feel like if you care about your customers and your product, what you really want to do is work on those things. And in that sense, fundraising just feels like a distraction. But one of the cool parts of it is understanding investor psychology. You should read about it. We haven't raised yet, so I don't want to really talk much about it, but I guess the biggest thing that I've learned is there's a big sheep mentality, a herd mentality when it comes to investors. Everyone's kind of scared to invest unless one person commits, and then everyone kind of flocks to it. And I think leveraging the types of investors that reach out to you, whether those be syndicates, angels, VCs, understanding how you can incorporate them together to have the most stacked cap table, both in terms of capital and in terms of network, knowledge, and insights and judgment that these people can bring to you, is probably one of the most powerful things, and it can either break or make your startup.
Yeah. Alright, so on Isaac's note of him and Nirmal basically getting the onboarding time to 0, meaning we can launch people in like 3 to 7 days. It has now become my job to actually sell customers. So just for your guys' context, before YC, we actually just pivoted to a model where essentially now we're serving restaurants where we're basically only taking inbound calls, and that's why we needed to set all of this stuff up so we could integrate with all their tech, right? So now that we have gotten to that point, we're basically starting at ground zero. Obviously we've got a certain amount of customers that we've been working with for the last couple months, which has been great. It's when we've been getting feedback, but we now need new people and we're trying to grow as quickly as possible. So the growth that we're aiming for is around 100% week-on-week growth, which means that every week we basically need to double our total MRR. This started probably around 3 weeks ago, and every single week we have been able to hit that.
A little bit more in some weeks.
Yeah, a little bit more in some weeks. Like last week we had 105%. And the way in which we're actually doing so at the moment is, first of all, just reactivating old customers who we've just been speaking to for the longest time. So we've probably spoken to, and me personally, I've spoken to around 1,300 restaurateurs in the last 12 months or so. And that means I've got a massive Rolodex of people and contacts which we can get back in contact with and tell them about the progress we've made, and then therefore get them back into the product. So I'd say probably like 20% of the customers which we now have are from that group of people, which just means we basically paid absolutely nothing to get them to use the product. From what we're doing to actually get this growth though, is obviously, as I said, from our contact base, but then secondarily as well, we're running paid advertising and basically we built a funnel to essentially get these leads as effectively as possible.
Can I tap in for a sec? I would not do paid ads. I think you really need to understand your customer first. We did a lot of research and understanding of our customer before we knew what our go-to-market motion would be. And so I would definitely not suggest going into paid ads first, straight away. And then the second thing in terms of fundraising, the other thing that I want to mention around the investors is I've said no to investors that I genuinely don't think can bring value aside from capital. And one of the biggest things for us is we really want partners who, like I mentioned before, are in a position where they can either provide us with a network, a judgment, or insight from the partners that they've invested, or the companies that they've invested in, which are restaurant tech companies. And so I'm just putting that out there. I don't know if investors are watching this, but if you guys offer us capital and we really don't see anything else that we can create a synergy and we can really create a partnership that we know we're going to be with you for years on end, probably not the best to reach out, but feel free to give it a shot.
Sweet.
Alright, introduce yourself.
I'm Dan, bro. What's up?
What do you do?
I'm an Ironman. I do tech, unfortunately.
What in San Francisco?
Unfortunate.
That's so weird.
I'm 22.
Okay, what are you doing in San Francisco?
I'm building
a startup, and I'm building a hacker house with the residency.
What is the residency for those who don't know?
It's the residency is a place where builders and hackers live together, and they basically work on their own ideas or companies.
Why is that important? Why should people live together in a building?
So Sam Altman actually came to the house, and we asked the same question. We're like, bro, what the fuck? Why are you here? Like, you have so many things to do. And the guy was like, young people are gonna actually build the future, and I think that's the number one thing that I get also from the life at the residency. Is like, where are the actual 22-year-old people hanging out with each other without having this 40-year-old guy giving them money? And I find that at the residency. It's the only place. The rest of the thing is pretty much a dude with like a GP giving you fucking like $1 million for you to kind of play around what he wants to see. At the residency, I see a bunch of people that doesn't give like a shit about other stuff, and they just build their own thing. So I like that. Yeah.
What are you building?
So we're building Actioners Residency, which is home and life for action takers. So it's a house for purpose-driven founders that want to create like their life's work, but that don't want to compromise their health in the middle of that. As an entrepreneur, I started 7 years ago, sold 2 companies, and I've seen my whole life that like when you're focusing to something, you have to do that, and you basically put all your life in stealth mode and like forget about it. I don't want that, because I understand that this is a fucking like 80-year-old game, and I don't want to play for 10 years and like get fucked. I want to play for 80 at a high level, and that's what we're trying to get.
If people want to find more of your content, what do they find?
Yes, go on Salinas Daniel F on X.
Twitter
That's pretty
or
much
X or LinkedIn?
X and LinkedIn, Daniel Salinas, and then also probably follow actioners.official on Instagram, who will be posting a bit more on that.
Great to meet you, bro.
What the fuck is this? You proud, bro?
It's him, not me. Do you see that?
What?
Are you proud, bro?
I do not have the creativity or the technical ability to build that.
No words, honestly.
Well, go on. I leave for 10 minutes, bro.
10 minutes?
That's quite good. That is sick.
How long have you been working with us now? What's it been like 6 weeks?
5 weeks, I think 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
6 weeks, yeah.
Okay, so normal.
Yes, sir.
What do you do at Certus?
So some might say that I am the Swiss Army knife, because that is what I do at Certus. Yeah, I talk with clients, I do all the development and product stuff, I talk with...
Spot the difference, isn't it?
So kind of like I do everything here. There is no specific role, but yeah.
Awesome. And what were you doing before Certus?
Before Certus, I just finished my college, and during that time I was actually working at a restaurant. I was actually a manager for like more than 1.5 years. So I was really familiar with what these guys were doing, and that's what motivated me to work with these guys.
Do you think that's why you applied for Certus specifically?
Yes. So the story is like this. I was just scrolling through LinkedIn, and I was already connected with the CEO, whose name is Gurveer. You already know him. Sorry. So he posted this job on LinkedIn, and I was casually scrolling through it, and I just texted him that I might be interested if I read through it. And when I read the description and everything, I loved what these guys were doing. I love voice AI space. I know how this space works, and I'm also a technical guy, so that really resonated with my experience, and I just applied, you know.
Legend. And what were your expectations before you?
Honestly, before I joined Certus AI, I thought that these guys are probably gonna be like the geeky guys, you know, like who joined Y Combinator, and they were working long hours. They are gonna be like really thin, no gym and nothing like that. But since I came to San Francisco, it's really been the most amazing time of my life. We all cook together, we share meals, we go to gym together, we have fun work culture. It honestly feels less like colleague, but feels more like a family, you know, like we are a small family who are working towards the same goal. And yeah,
you made me cry. And I guess that's my next question then. What's the experience been like so far working at Certus?
Yeah, like I said, it's been really amazing for me. I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. Like I did not plan this year or even this working with them, but this has been totally unexpected for me. But yeah, so far this has been really good, and I would honestly would love to would not see myself working somewhere else for the foreseeable future.
Legend. Type shit.
Yes, sir.
Well spoken.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. That's the truth, man.
Very
It's
nice,
fun,
very
man.
good, very nice.
And I don't even mean that in an Indian accent. I didn't even mean to do that.
Speak in French accent.